Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Dr. Healthy. Today we're diving into a topic that touches many of us, whether personally or through loved ones: cancer. It's a word that often evokes fear, and rightfully so. But what if I told you that a significant part of fighting cancer, and indeed beating many diseases, isn't just about a single miracle cure, but about strategically incorporating everyday foods that act as potent allies in our body's natural defense system? As a cancer researcher and physician, I've seen firsthand how devastating cancer can be. But I've also witnessed a dramatic shift in our understanding. Cancer isn't just a random, unavoidable force. It's a complex condition that, in many ways, our bodies are already equipped to fight. If we give them the right tools. Think about it. Our bodies are made of trillions of cells, constantly being copied and pasted. With so many copies being made every single second, it's inevitable that mistakes, mutations, will occur. In fact, our bodies make about 10,000 of these paste errors every single day. Now, that sounds like a lot, but it's a tiny fraction of the 40 trillion cells we have. And crucially, our bodies have an incredible built-in defense system designed to catch and correct these errors, preventing them from escalating into something more serious. But what happens when these defenses falter? What happens when those tiny microscopic pimple-like cancers, which our bodies normally manage without us even knowing, are given an opportunity to grow? This is where the hidden battleground of cancer truly lies, not just in clinical diagnoses, but in the silent, constant work our bodies do to keep rogue cells in check. This is the core of our discussion today: understanding these natural health defenses and learning how to amp them up or shore them up through the strategically chosen foods we eat daily. The idea here is not to replace conventional treatment, but to empower your body's own remarkable ability to defend itself, to lower your risk, and to support your journey toward health. We'll be uncovering 5 delicious, accessible snacks that do just that. These aren't just good for you foods. They are actively working to boost your immune system, lower inflammation, protect your DNA, and even starve potential tumors by cutting off their blood supply. It's about harnessing the power of food as a proactive strategy against disease. So, let's begin our journey to discover these edible allies. Starting with a powerhouse nut that looks remarkably like a tiny brain, a fitting resemblance for a food that's so good for yours. Food number 1. Walnuts, nature's brain. Boosting cancer fighter. Let's talk about walnuts. These aren't just a tasty snack. They are a nutritional powerhouse with a direct impact on our body's cancer defenses. As a cancer researcher, I'm compelled by the science behind why they work so effectively. The biology of cancer and our defenses. First, a quick primer on cancer. Cancer begins with a mutation, a mistake in our DNA. Our bodies have incredible systems to fix these mutations. One crucial defense is the angiogenesis defense system. Think of it like our body's ability to control blood vessel growth. Healthy tissues need blood vessels to thrive, and our bodies are excellent at supplying them. However, tumors are also ravenous for blood supply to grow. Our body's defense system is designed to prevent blood vessels from feeding these abnormal cells. When a microscopic tumor forms, it can only grow to about 2 to 3 millimeters, the size of the tip of a ballpoint pen, before it gets stuck, because it can't create its own blood supply. Another critical defense is our immune system. Our immune cells are constantly patrolling our bodies, acting like vigilant police officers, looking for anything abnormal. When they spot a microscopic cancer cell, they can eliminate it before it ever becomes a problem. So why do we still get cancer sometimes? These defense systems can be overwhelmed, or certain triggers can give cancer cells an advantage. Inflammation is often like pouring gasoline on the embers of a fire, accelerating cancer growth. How walnuts support your defenses. Walnuts are like a multi-pronged attack force against cancer, supporting multiple defense systems. WON. Boosting immune cells. Walnuts are a rich source of plant-based omega-3 fatty acids. These healthy fats are not just good for your heart, they significantly improve the function of our immune cells, particularly T cells. These T cells are like the specialized forces of our immune army, crucial for identifying and eliminating abnormal cells, including cancer. Walnuts essentially arm up these critical immune cells. 2. Cutting off tumor blood supply, anti-angiogenic effects. Walnuts contain a natural polyphenol called elagitannins. When we eat walnuts, these compounds are converted by our gut bacteria into urolithins. These urolithins have powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects, and importantly, they can help cut off the blood supply to tumors by starving potential cancers of the oxygen and nutrients they need to grow. Walnuts act to keep them small and in check. 3. DNA protection and repair. Those urolithins produced from elagitannins also get back into our bloodstream. Their antioxidant properties help protect our DNA from damage, preventing the mutations that can initiate cancer in the first place. They also have anti-inflammatory effects, further reducing the internal environment that cancer thrives in. 4. Reducing cancer cell growth and activating anti-cancer genes. Human research, including studies conducted at Marshall University, has shown remarkable results. Women who ate just 2 ounces of walnuts daily for 2 weeks, leading up to a breast cancer biopsy, showed specific changes in their breast tissue. Their bodies were found to have more DNA protective genes turned on, effectively lowering cancer cell growth, while genes that fuel cancer growth were turned down. This is a direct, measurable impact on how our genes are expressed, favoring defense over progression. 5. Fighting cancer stem cells and lowering recurrence risk. Perhaps one of the most exciting findings is that walnuts contain a substance that can actually kill cancer stem cells, those tricky baby cancer cells that can cause cancer to return after treatment. Studies have even shown that men with stage 3 colon cancer, who regularly ate a handful of walnuts a couple of times a week, had a 50% lower risk of dying from their cancer, even while undergoing standard treatments. This suggests walnuts are a powerful complementary strategy. How to enjoy walnuts. I personally love my walnuts lightly toasted to bring out their flavor. You can do this by lightly toasting them in a dry cast iron pan on low heat for a few minutes, shaking them frequently until they become fragrant. Be careful not to burn them. Over yogurt or oatmeal, sprinkle toasted walnuts onto your morning yogurt, a probiotic food that's good for gut health, or oatmeal, rich in fiber. This adds not only the cancer-fighting benefits of walnuts, but also enhances the whole food's nutritional profile. In pesto instead of pine nuts, try adding crushed walnuts to your homemade pesto for a delicious, nutrient-dense twist. It's fantastic on organic whole wheat pasta. On salads, a simple sprinkle of walnuts on your salad adds texture, flavor, and a powerful dose of anti-cancer nutrition. In trail mix, combine walnuts with other beneficial dried fruits and seeds to create your own cancer. Fighting trail mix. Food number 2. Dried fruits. Figs and apricots, fiber, and bioactives for inflammation control. Now, let's move to our second group of cancer. Fighting snacks. Dried fruits, specifically figs and apricots. While we all know fresh fruit is great, dried fruits offer a convenient way to get a concentrated dose of beneficial compounds, especially for those of us with busy lives or who travel frequently. Dried figs and apricots both pack a punch with their bioactives and, crucially for cancer prevention, their dietary fiber, WON, lowering inflammation. All fruits contain naturally occurring bioactives that are anti-inflammatory. Lowering inflammation is a scientifically proven way to reduce your cancer risk. When inflammation is present, it is like pouring fuel on the fire of any potential cancer cells. helping them grow. Anti-inflammatory foods help to calm that internal fire too. Feeding your gut microbiome. The dietary fiber in dried fruits is essential for feeding your gut bacteria. Feed the trillions of microbes that live in your gut. When these healthy bacteria are well fed, they produce short-chain fatty acids, CFAs. These CFAs are incredibly powerful anti-inflammatories that get into your bloodstream and help protect your body systemically. By supporting a healthy gut microbiome, you are indirectly fighting inflammation and lowering cancer risk. Why dried fruit over fresh? Convenience and concentration. While fresh fruit is wonderful, it's often easier to carry and consume a handful of dried figs or apricots than multiple pieces of fresh fruit. This convenience factor makes them an excellent portable snack. Important purchasing tips. Go organic for dried fruits, especially those you eat whole with the skin. Organic is highly recommended. Pesticides can penetrate the skin of fruits, and washing doesn't always remove them. Organic options minimize your exposure to these potentially harmful chemicals, especially when you're trying to lower cancer risk. Avoid added sugar. Many commercially dried fruits have added sugar to enhance sweetness. This added sugar can work against your health goals by promoting inflammation and excess body fat. Always check the label to ensure your dried fruits contain only the fruit itself. No added sugar, artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. How to enjoy dried fruits? Trail mix. Combine walnuts, unsweetened dried apricots and cranberries, perhaps some pumpkin seeds or sunflower seeds, and even cocoa nibs, which we'll discuss next. In oatmeal or yogurt. Chop them up and add them to your morning oatmeal or yogurt for a touch of sweetness and a fiber boost. On their own, a simple, convenient snack that provides fiber and beneficial bioactives. Remember, a healthy gut microbiome also contributes to brain health through the gut. Brain axis. When your gut bacteria are happy and healthy, they can signal your brain to release feel-good hormones like oxytocin, improving your mood and overall well-being. Food number 3. Cocoa nibs pure cacao for DNA protection and inflammation. Control. Our third powerhouse snack is cocoa nibs. These are essentially crushed, dried, and fermented seeds from the cacao tree fay, the pure, unadulterated form of what eventually becomes chocolate. They are incredibly concentrated in the potent polyphenols that give dark chocolate its health benefits: anti-inflammatory and antioxidant power. Cocoa nibs are incredibly rich in proanthocyanidins, the same types of polyphenols found in dark chocolate. These compounds are potent antioxidants, helping to neutralize damaging free radicals and reduce inflammation throughout the body. DNA protection and repair. The bioactive compounds in cocoa nibs also help your body's DNA repair mechanisms. Remember how mutations can lead to cancer? These compounds can help your DNA fix itself before those mistakes become a problem, thereby lowering cancer risk. 3. Pure cacao. No additives, unlike chocolate bars. Cocoa nibs are simply crushed cacao seeds. You get the pure goodness without the added sugar, emulsifiers, or dairy that can be found in processed chocolate. Pure goodness, pure convenience. Cocoa nibs offer a concentrated dose of these beneficial compounds without the added sugar or processing of chocolate. How to enjoy cocoa nibs in yogurt or oatmeal. Sprinkle them on your yogurt or oatmeal for a delightful chocolatey crunch and a health boost. In trail mix, add them to your homemade trail mix with walnuts and dried fruits. In baking, incorporate them into muffins or cookies for a healthier, flavorful addition. Food number 4. Tinned fishes, sardines, mackerel, anchovies, omega-3s for metabolism and defense. Next, we're looking at a food that many people have unfortunately developed a prejudice against due to associations with canned tuna, tinned fish, or what's known in Europe as conservas. Think sardines, mackerel, anchovies, or even mussels and clams. When prepared as conservas, these seafood items are quickly steamed or cooked and then packed in healthy extra virgin olive oil, often with herbs and spices. This traditional preparation method preserves their nutrients and enhances their flavor. 1. Rich in omega-3 fatty acids. Tinned fish is an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids. These are vital for reducing inflammation and have also been shown to ramp up your metabolism, helping your body burn excess body fat. When you reduce harmful body fat, especially visceral fat, you also lower inflammation, creating a virtuous cycle that fights cancer. Anti-angiogenic effects. Omega-3s also have anti-angiogenic properties, meaning they can help starve tumors by cutting off their blood supply. Research suggests that omega-3 consumption, whether from supplements or seafood like tinned fish, has been linked to reduced risks of liver cancer, breast cancer in women, prostate cancer in men, and brain tumors. 3. Convenient and inexpensive. Tinned fish is a pantry staple that lasts for a long time and is incredibly convenient for quick meals. It's far healthier and often tastier than takeout. How to enjoy tinned fish: on sourdough toast. Spread avocado on lightly toasted sourdough, then top with a tin of delicious conservas, perhaps anchovies or mackerel with peppers. It's a quick, healthy, and satisfying snack or light meal. In pasta dishes, add chopped tinned fish to a quick sauce made with extra virgin olive oil, garlic, tomato paste, and capers. It's a flavorful way to get omega-3s and umami into your meals. Plain enjoyed right from the tin with a squeeze of lemon. It is a simple and nutritious option. A note on other ingredients: pair your tinned fish with extra virgin olive oil, which itself contains beneficial polyphenols like hydroxytyrosol and oleocanthal, contributing to anti-inflammatory and anti-angiogenic effects and even boosting metabolism. Food number 5. Apples: Fay fiber and quercetin for lung, colon, and breast cancer prevention. Finally, let's talk about a fruit that's available year-round and has a saying associated with it for a reason. Apples: zone dietary fiber and gut health. Apples are a fantastic source of dietary fiber. As we've discussed, fiber nourishes your gut microbiome, supporting the production of CFAs, which lower inflammation and in turn reduce cancer risk. 2. Quercetin. Fay, a polyphenol powerhouse. The flesh of apples contains a potent polyphenol called quercetin. While you can take quercetin as a supplement, eating the whole apple provides it along with fiber and other beneficial compounds. Quercetin is incredibly effective at starving cancer, anti-angiogenic. It helps cut off the blood supply to tumors. Protecting DNA. It shields your cells from oxidative stress, preventing DNA mutations that can lead to cancer. Clinical evidence studies, including a meta-analysis of 48 clinical studies, have linked apple consumption to a significantly lower risk of certain cancers. 25% lower risk of lung cancer. 34% lower risk of colon cancer. 21% reduced risk of breast cancer. How to enjoy apples for maximum benefit: eat the skin. A significant amount of fiber and polyphenols are found in the apple skin. Wash them thoroughly, and if possible, choose organic to minimize pesticide exposure. Raw: simply eating an apple, as is, provides great benefits for your teeth and gums through chewing. In oatmeal or yogurt, slice or chop apples, peel on, if organic, and add them to your oatmeal or yogurt. You can even lightly sauté them with a touch of extra virgin olive oil, cinnamon, and nutmeg for a delicious topping apple compote. Make a batch of simple cooked apples with spices ahead of time for an easy addition to your breakfast throughout the week. Bringing it all together. The power of prevention. The message is clear. We can significantly impact our risk and fight against diseases like cancer by intentionally incorporating these delicious, nutrient-dense foods into our daily lives. It's about shoring up our body's natural defenses, our immune system, our DNA repair mechanisms, our ability to control inflammation and blood supply. These 5 snacks, walnuts, dried figs and apricots, cocoa nibs, tinned fish, and apples are not a cure, but they are powerful allies in prevention and in fortifying your body's resilience. They are accessible, they taste great, and they are backed by science. As I always say at the Health Doctor, prevention is the best form of intervention. By making these simple, strategic dietary choices, you are actively supporting your body's fight against cancer and disease every single day. For more in-depth guidance on how food can be medicinal, and for practical strategies to incorporate these powerful ingredients into your life, I invite you to explore the resources on the Health Doctor website, including my Eat to Beat Disease course. Thank you for joining me today. Let's commit to fueling our bodies with the power of delicious life-affirming foods.